call. And guys, I am not your student, your trainer for this evening. I am just the host, and I have the absolute pleasure to be able to introduce our trainer for this evening. But for those of you who may or may not know who I am, my name is Miss Nikki Alexandria, and I have been a part of the Energy of Unity since 2015 under the direct leadership of the gentleman that I will be presenting to you all this evening. Now, this gentleman is originally from the Bronx, New York, and just, comes from very humble beginnings. And once he made a decision that he wanted something more for himself and his family, he went on to do some amazing things. He started out with a high school education, former U.S. paratrooper, blue collar worker, to becoming a highly sought after coach, mentor, and speaker, literally coaching and mentoring people all over the world on how to be successful in business and in life. And because he's been able to do that, ladies and gentlemen, he's been able to help not only myself, but all of us who are on this call this evening. Okay. So I'm super excited to move on out of the way of greatness and bring to the line none other than the millionaire mentor himself, Mr. Jason L. Scott the first. Mr. Scott, are you on the line?
Yes, you're on the absolute line. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you and see you. Go ahead and take it away.
Excellent. Listen, I'm always super excited to have you on the call, have you hosting, being partnering with you in this journey. You've been doing some amazing things yourself. So I know you've been out today, seeing some of your content. You've been out there content creating today on your social media platforms, but also you've been connecting with people, making some great things happen. So I'm super excited for you as well. Thank you so much, young lady, for being the amazing leader that you are. All right, guys, listen, let's get right into this because I'm not going to take a lot of time tonight, right? Because this is our Sunday Night Vision Mastery call. And of course, we look to do on this call to expand vision. All right, Zoe, get in bed. I don't want to hear that tap dancing. Her nails will get the tap dancing on the wood floors. Lay down. I'm going to take you out in a minute when I finish. I'm not going to be long, babe. Give me a second here. Anyway, guys, because I want to get right into some thoughts, right? I want to get right into some things that I want to focus on today. Because no matter what we talk about, no matter what we do, everything is about action and activity. That's why we say vision mastery, stretching your imagination past your current situation. And having calls, I like to kind of still give my very best and give my all. But part of that process is when you're pouring into people, is there opportunity for them to pour into their own lives, for them to take the information that you give and go have some results. Not just the work behind the scenes, but the actual work you must do in the field, the work you must do with connecting and meeting with people. Because that's what our business is all about. Matter of fact, in one of the groups that I'm a part of, probably got close to 200,000 other people who are masterminds and people who are in a space for leadership and leadership development and entrepreneurship. I seen a young lady, she posted, and again, I'm active in these groups, like I'm telling people to be active in my own groups. And she was posting and she was talking about, have all the stuff going on in her life. She actually posted, she said, I've been a part of network marketing companies for 12 years. Something happened with the company, went out of business, stopped. Probably one of the companies that I'm familiar with. I'm thinking, I don't know. But when she was saying that stuff, I was reading it, but I was also reading, because her saying something about MLM caught my attention. That's a nugget for you guys. If you start seeing people who posting on platforms talking about home-based business or MLM, and you're looking at it and you're like, okay, yeah, me too. And saying that to your damn self, and you're not doing the things that you need to do in order for you to reach out to people, excuse me, and connect with them, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're behind everything that we teach, everything that we coach on. We used to always tell people in this industry, give me 1 second, guys. Let me get some, I'm gonna get a bottle of water real quick. We will always tell people in this space that we're in, right? We always say in this space of network marketing, in this space of entrepreneurship, in this space of business, we always talk about the 3-foot rule. Now, with the 3-foot rule, the 3-foot rule would always mean that if you got a chance to be close to within 3 feet to someone, you always talk to them about your business. That's the 3-foot rule. If you're anywhere in vicinity of some, that's a nice jacket. I like them pants. You get that from that's a nice car. I'm saying gas is kind of high, ain't it? All this other stuff. 3 foot rule gives you an opportunity to start talking to people, opening up the conversation, starting to say some things that can get people attention. But also in the space that we're in, we're always looking for a way that we can actually start having conversations because we're online. So if you start seeing people talking about health, this is a perfect way for you to start talking to somebody online. And they can tell you, I've seen many people at different times, like they may make a comment or something on some social media platform. Sometimes I'll reach out to them and then I'll say reach out to this person too. You know what I'm saying? Because if I see them talking about it, they may not respond to me because they may think that I'm a man, so they don't want to respond. So I'll tell her so she can respond as well. Because if they're saying certain things, I believe that it could be a way in. And there's been times that she followed back up and they didn't respond to me, but they responded to her. And she was able to do exactly what I'm talking about. So when we're in this space of finding new people, especially since we were talking about building out our focus and our solution statements and what we're going to be targeting, what we're going to be focusing on. As I'm talking about type of people I'm focusing on, and I'm in a space where uh, I've been neurodivergent for a lot of years, but my neurodivergent challenges have been ADHD. That's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing for myself. No matter some people say, oh, you don't got that. I trust me, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't use the name for a thing because you don't want to claim a thing. It's not about the claiming of a thing. It's about the fact that some things just happens. And no matter how you try for it not to happen, certain things happen. You got to learn to deal with the thing. It's like if I have a limp, if I have one leg shorter than the other leg, all the wishing and hoping in the world is not going to help the other leg be as long as the other leg. You know what I'm saying? There's things you can do that you might can do some things and go chiropractic, and they might can do some things with the hip to get the hip to move a certain way. Certain things can happen, but it's still not going to stop the fact that one leg is still longer than the other. Right, which is a true story for myself. So trust me, I'm not just making this stuff up. So I understand how that could work. So what is what is. So for me, when I see somebody in that space and I know that part of my focus on what I'm looking for is people who also have that challenge. Because me having that challenge, there's people who talk to people and coach people in that space, teaching them how to come up with plans and strategies and methodologies so that they can be able to work through all these things that we know that can become challenging for that. So when I see certain words, certain things that whether I'm just not looking for somebody to say something about health and wellness. See, don't keep looking just for somebody to say something about health and wellness. If somebody fits something in your dot, in what you say that you are, in your lifestyle, your life skills, whatever it is, be willing to respond. Be willing to make something in the comment section. Start saying something of value and use to the person. Right? I'm gonna give you 3 things I want you to target on in a minute, but I'm setting the parameters because this is important for you to take all the things that we've been giving and go do something with it. Because getting on these calls and just going, oh, it was a great call, but doing nothing. The way you prove to me and show me that you have that the call was valuable to you and you became, it was something of value. Go become valuable to people. Go out here and use the value and cash it out and have results. Our job is we're focusing on Project 50K, right? And this is where I need you not just let the words fly over, but to be into your spirit, into your psyche. Our Project 50K, for those who have not been a part of something, it's like the mission, right? Is that we're going to put 50,000 people into business. Listen to me. I need you to really understand because I want to commit to that. I've committed to it myself. Each person on this call must commit to it themselves. That 50,000 people will come into the organization in the next 90 days. And because it's your declaration, right, or whether it's one of independence, as we would say, my declaration of independence, and people would fight for that, for their independence. Once it's your declaration, you decide that no matter what comes up, you're going to make it happen. And I promise you, because when you make the plan and you make it a part of your mission and you make it a part of who you are, and I'm going to put some people in business, that means That means it's not just in the business aspect of it, but how many people can you help them? How many people can you transform their lives? How many people can you add value to them, giving them opportunity that when they get involved with the business, you're not going to just say you in, but I've trained you, coach you, mentor you, myself, Nikki, and other leaders. We've coached you as well to show you and give you strategies on what to do to launch a person, to get a person engaged, to teach them new skill sets, how to find people on social media, how to get retail sales leads, how to actually talk to people for them. We showed you everything that's the basics. And as I'm listening to this young lady talk inside in the texting, she was talking more about the dynamics of my husband's been going through ADHD. My child got bipolar this, and this child over here has this over here, and everything that she's saying, I'm like, man, she's having all this stuff, but she also, because in this group, a lot of stuff what I teach you, we all talk about the same thing as well. Remember, I told you I've invested thousands of dollars for me to be a part of other things that can help grow myself. And when I get information, I'll give things to you guys to help grow yourself as well. Now, you may not have invested that money to do it, but your time and the money you invest in for you to get products, for you to build the business, you got to let it not be something that you think is just free information. You have to let it feel to you that this time and the information I give to you, that you have placed a value on it. And it has to be like in your mindset, I placed enough money on this thing that I'm going to get a return on my investment. And when you put it in your mindset that you're going to find people, somebody like that young lady who said that will show up. Now, again, I don't know what that may. It may because I do a few things. I have this, then also have a coaching business as well, and I coach coaches. I coach, like me coaching you, as a coaching coaches. So I know that some people get stuck as they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next. And I have a way of how I'm able to work with people. When people say things, I'm listening. These keywords they say based upon their self-talk, I can see where somebody's self-imposed limitations are, how they see themselves, how they view themselves in the moment, how they view themselves in the situation. So when people are talking or texting or saying certain things, when I ask questions, I'm listening for how they answer, what they're saying, all the different things, why they do certain things, because it helps me to understand the dynamics that has helped this person or has gotten this person into the situation where they are, or that can help them get out of it. So as she was saying, all these different things, and I have doing this, and I'm working through this, and I've helped my family through this, and I've transitioned and transformed the lives through this. And she was literally giving all this stuff, and she's like, I'm just stuck because I don't know exactly what to do and how to be able. Because in that space, we also do the same thing. We talk about course creations and all this other stuff, right? And she's like, I don't know what I can talk about. How can I help people when my life is not perfect and things not working out but I've been in network marketing for 12 years, but how can I? And I'm like, listen, and I'm watching now they got the moderators and they saying some things. Hey, great, good job, all you can do. But I'm thinking to myself, all the stuff you're saying, I can see how you got many things you can train on. You can even niche it down to even if it's in that neurodivergent space to where you being a person, a woman in this space that all your children, your family going through all these challenges, but yet still you able to weave through things between school, work, cleaning, house, food, what I'm saying? All the things you're doing, counselor, coach, mentor, all the things you're doing as a family unit, as a woman, and you holding down your household. Your husband doing his deal, but from your perspective, I'm seeing myself, I see in all the things she's saying, I can see that she has so much value that she can give somebody who may only have one person in their family, may have one husband who's going through, or can have one child, but working with her husband, she's still learning to work with somebody who has severe, as she said, severe ADHD. And she's able to, and this person who's bipolar, so it's a severe, so that means she has skill sets that she may not think is a skill set. She's a network marketing company for 12 years, but in that company no longer existing, so she's trying to find something else to do. So all these things help me to understand that this is a person that I want to build a meaningful relationship with. Let me see if I can add some value to her. Say something that may be a catchphrase or whatever, or start the conversation. And let me say something. When I met Nikki Alexandria 10 years ago, that's what I did. I'm seeing what she was talking about on social media, certain things, because I was actually doing what I was saying, what I taught you guys before, called the time strategy. You know what I'm saying? Team like, no, when I know for a fact that, let's say if there's an event that's coming up in Atlanta, an event like right now, I saw somebody post an event that's happening in Delaware. It will be a team invasions of we say team invasions of let me say what the hell is this time? I'm sorry, it slipped my mind just now. Team invasions of something everywhere. It'll come to me in a second. But anyway, when it comes to the time strategy, it basically means is if I know something is happening in a marketplace, I make it my focus to find people through social media. You can go through Facebook friends, and at the search bar, you can type friends in. Write that down. You can type in friends in Delaware, friends in a certain place, friends in an area, right? When you want to focus in, if you know there's going to be an event, you can invite somebody to an event. So when I knew that I was going to be going to, there was an event that was coming up in a couple of weeks in Atlanta, and they kept doing events in Atlanta. So I was going down because that's where my sponsor was down that way. People was coming. It was really, I was people here, but it wasn't really my team here. And the biggest thing that was happening was in Atlanta. So I'm like, I want to be going to Atlanta too. I'm going to find some people in Atlanta too. So I purposely went and I started typing in like people in Atlanta. And even though she wasn't a friend in Atlanta, as I'm looking around, she just was somebody who popped. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a keyword I put in or something I put up, but amongst all the people that I was connecting with, I saw her and I sent a friend request like I sent to other people. And based on what they saying, I was making comments in on the pages and things like that. Then I start asking questions. Now she'll tell you the story, of course, when I started getting to the thing about opportunity, but I didn't get to the opportunity until I was like, hey, yeah, I was talking and saying things first, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted her to see me, be able to go to my page, see what's going on, what I'm talking about on my page, all these things versus me just being in her DM saying, hey, what's going on? It was a plan, like in my mindset, right? Let me start some conversation. So by the time I went to the DM saying some stuff, I already, because trust me, I didn't go to the DM, I had to see stuff on the page. Like the young lady who made that comment, when she made the comment, I went to her page. I'm like trying to go to her page and see what she's talking about and seeing about her family and other stuff that she had going on. So I'm in the same space that I was 10 years ago because Project 50K is more than just me saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to put 50,000. No, how many of the 50,000 are going to be in your organization? 5, 10, 15, 20,000. Doesn't matter what you did in the last 5 months. Doesn't matter what you did the last 6 months. Things can change in the drop of a moment. You know how I know? Because I was saying I'm finding people today, like several people started finding me because part of my affirmation is not me just finding people, people find me. People, they will seek me out on a daily basis. They will find me. I say it all the time. When my alarm goes off 11:11 a.m., 11:11 p.m., and at different times throughout the daytime when I'm saying my affirmations and what I'm looking for, that's part of what I'm asking for is for people to find me. When I would find people in all these international countries, I would always talk about people finding me. I should say Jason L. Scott first all over the world, and people all over the world would find me because I was intention was like, yo, people gonna find me. I'm gonna be in this country. So as I'm saying these things, I've had several calls, several texts. Matter of fact, one random text came out yesterday. Somebody was like, "Hey, Jason, I'm trying to get a job over here, and I know that I know she must be a traveling nurse or something. I'm trying to. I don't no longer in this place. I want to know if you got any other things coming up now. It was just a number. It was no name, no nothing on it. I didn't know who the person was or nothing. She's just like, yeah, it's something. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I said when she said it to me. So you guys can know because I'm telling you, because I'm like, it was saying, okay, she was like, because when somebody called me, let me tell you what I do. This is what I do. All right. If you know how we get these random numbers, I'm teaching you guys a thing, right? You know how you get these random numbers that just come? A lot of times when numbers just call me, I used to just always just send them and block them. But a lot of times I'll say like in this right here, I got it says, it'll come up with it gives you the automatic response, and it just says, please text me. Because if I don't know the number, I didn't want to answer it. So I was like, please text me. And I'll say, please text me, because if it's actually a person versus a roller dialer or something else that's just calling random numbers, if it's a person, it could be somebody who I no longer have their number. I've changed, even though I have the same number since 2000, I've changed phones, and sometimes in the transference, like back in the days, I would transfer phone numbers, and now they go to your Google. Back then, they would just be to your phone. So sometimes somebody will randomly call me for a number. I'll say, please tell me, oh, you remember me? I remember you from, I had your number for 20 years ago. And I'm like, oh, and I don't know who it is. I'm like, who are you? And they'll send me information. But this time I said, like I normally do, please text me. And then after I said, please text me, she said, hi, Jason, do you remember me? I'm Danette with the CNA that you had gotten the assignment for in Burlington, Vermont. But there was some issues. I'm currently in Burlington. I'm wondering if you have any travel assignments at the moment. I'm really sorry about what has taken place, but I had a motor vehicle accident the same week and everything just fell apart for me. Now, when she said that, again, I don't know who it is, just a number. So I said, hey, Danette, you have the wrong Jason. I'm the Jason that teaches business development with creating an online dropshipping company in health and wellness. So then she's like, sorry, Jason, I have your number under TLC Travel Agency. I said, no worries. I'm with Total Life Changes, TLC, laughing emojis. I pray you get the position that you desire. I have quite a few friends who are traveling nurses, so I understand the assignment and good luck. All right. And then she said, oh, now I know the Jason that I'm talking to. She said, I also was a part of TLC, but there's also a travel nursing agency called TLC Thanks. And I said, well, I figured as much. I understand. Go get that money. Even I said, if you're ever in need, let me see, if you're ever in need to, I was backwards in my words. If you're ever in need, I'll basically, if you ever need a mentor, but I said, if you're ever in need to mentorship back, she probably figured I was talking crazy, but I was like, if you ever needed a mentor, right, back in TLC or need some products, let me know. I got you. Then she said, oh, okay, for sure. So I've actually thought of getting back with them. Those products are fantastic. Then I went from texting to leaving a voice note because I want her to hear my voice, hear the sincerity, and that right there. All right. Then she left me a voice note as well, back and forth. They went back and forth a little bit. Then she said, then I told her, she was like, she basically was saying, yes, I'm open. Because I said, listen, if you're open, give me a call. Let's have a conversation. I would love to work with you. I've been mentoring people for years. I've been able to generate close to $2 million in income. I've been one of the top leaders in the company. I said, so I know most of the time when people normally don't succeed is because they haven't had the right leadership, people they were connected to. And she left me a voice note saying, you're exactly right. That's why I didn't succeed, because I didn't have the right coaches and the right mentors. See, the reason why I'm saying that is this. Anytime I talk to somebody, I talk to a person from a position of an expert. It doesn't matter. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Many of you guys on this call are so far ahead than other people who have never had a coach. They may have been in TLC or been in a network marketing company. Even when I talked to Nikki 10 years ago, when she was telling me, I'm like, she's like, well, I was trying to connect with her. And then I saw her post that she was just joined something. I'm like, so I went to the DM quickly. She joined something. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I said, and I started talking. I'm like, yeah, I just joined this. I'm like, well, let me ask you a question. So I don't know if she just joined it or she was thinking about joining it, but she posted something about it. So I went from just trying to talk like in the comment section to like, listen, let's have a conversation. And I was asking questions about coaches and mentors because I recognize that most people, they've been involved with businesses, but they never had the right coach or the right mentor. All right. So when I started having a conversation with her in the voice note, and I made sure I was stern and I was talking with a purpose, she was like, this is what I've been looking for. This is why I didn't have success before. I didn't have a coach and a mentor. You know what I'm saying? The person that I was with didn't know what she was doing as well. Like you just said, she didn't know, so I didn't know what to do. And she said, I would definitely love to work with somebody who knows how to help me. So that's where the conversation was at. Then I was like, yes. She was like, well, just let me know how much it's going to cost to get started. And then, of course, I left another voice note saying, at this time, I said, of course, of the products you have before, but there's other things that we can actually get you started with. I'd rather have a conversation with you so I can see where you are. And the reason why I want to do that, because I want to, I know we can just send somebody a link, but without conversations, sometimes that doesn't compute to the person. They get links all the time, and then they'll do off to the wayside. I want to have a conversation. So in my certainty that I can help her, in my certainty of knowing I have a direction and a plan, and I can incorporate in my plan, and I can create a plan for her, it would help strengthen the relationship, right? So that I'm looking to build. So as I'm doing this process, she was like, She's like, yo, I said, well, we got a new product, this GLP-1. And I said, this may be something that you can actually use that product launch to get yourself back into it. I don't know your situation, your health situation. You being a CNA and nurse, you know how big health and wellness is and weight challenges can be for a person. I would love to have more conversations with you about that. So she's like, yes, she texted me back. She said, thanks for the info, very informative. And I definitely I'm definitely look forward to getting back on board very soon, maybe next weekend. She said we can talk more about me getting back in and on track. Because the reason why she said on track, because I was talking like a person who already had a plan. Now, listen to me. You guys already have a plan. When I talk to somebody, why I know I can help them because I know I got the 4 steps. I know what to do with somebody. I know for a fact when they join to make sure they're a product of the product because I want them to use the product so they can fall in love with the products. I know I ain't even got to look at the data dream. I just know for a fact I want them to fall in love with the damn products because it ain't just the products, it's also knowing that once they fall in love with the products, they become a partner and a person if they're whether they're a customer or a rep and they love the products, like she said she loved the product, but she not no longer in the business, so she stopped using the products. If they are in the business, a lot of times if they stop doing the business, they just stop buying the products. But if they're a customer, they get the products because they love the products. But if they actually love the products, they may continue getting the products if they are a rep or a life changer, even if they're not a customer, because it's like them being a customer for themselves and they'll stick at the product. But the thing is this, for you, it'll keep you active. For you, it'll keep active as far as you being binary qualified if you got 2 people. It'll keep you in a place where you're generating residual income, perpetuitous income that comes in month after month. Our job is, as time goes on, is to build a book of business. And as we build this book of business, as time is going on, your job is to continue always adding new people to your book of business. So as I'm having these conversations, it all goes back to what I said to you in the very beginning. Lock into the fact that you're going to put 50,000 people. Let the universe give, but you have to know for a fact you can help them. I know that they can love the fall of the product. I know that once they do it, I'm going to make sure they plug in the personal development. I know that after that, I'm going to make sure they put their list together. Because you know why? Because you don't want me just for me. You want me because I have resources. My customers, listen to me, become your customers. I'm not just doing it just because I want that one person. That one person doing nothing is nothing. But I know that the person brings people. You know how we say, who else you know? That's a referral. A person bringing another person as a referral to somebody looking at the business and join the business. So they can refer. It's easier for me to work through somebody's person than me to find somebody brand new who don't know me and have to say, now, even with this young lady who reached out, but the fact that she understood TLC, that was like, we know, oh, hey, you too, hey, yeah, me too, girl. It made her feel like we had this something synonymous. Then at that point, because I didn't just say, oh, okay, no worries. Understand, good luck to you. No, this is what I do. This is how I can help you. This is what you need. This is what you've been missing. I can help you with this process because I know that when I say I'm going to look for the people, I'm going to find a person like the one who just took me on the phone. I'm going to find a person like the one who called me and was like asking me, and saying I want to get into the business. I'm going to find people like when I'm on other social media platform and other groups that I'm a part of just business-minded people, and that's somebody talking about what they got going on in their life, and they lost and they don't know. I got a plan, so I started providing some content and something of value. All right, so write these 3 things down. I gave that to you guys to set you up for you to understand that right now we got to be finding some new people. I can talk. You can write all the notes. Oh my good stuff, good job. It means nothing if you don't get some people to buy products and get into the business. That's all this is business. It's not I'm making you do something that's crazy. Business is business. You have an insurance company, get no sales, you make no money. I don't care what it is. You own McDonald's and nobody comes in, you make no money. If nobody buy nothing, you make $0. And then you still got to pay out money. You're making $0. Somebody must buy the products. Then you can't run it off. So you must hire the people. So that means you must recruit people to work your business. so you can leverage your time. And when you're not there, your business can keep generating income and revenue. Even if you're not there, or if you're tied up, or you're doing something else, money can come in because somebody's doing something in your business. Our job is we have the same franchise-like opportunity. So when I coach you guys over the last several calls, myself and Nikki we coach you guys. Many of you guys put together your solution statements. Many of you guys targeted, just put your solution statement, even targeted and worked it down to your dot, so you guys know exactly what the niche is. So many of you guys, still some of you still teeter tottering, because that's what the young lady who I was talking to in that group with 200,000 people. When she was like, well, I got all this stuff that I'm doing, and I'm kind of lost because I just don't know exactly what niche I should be. And I'm like, I see a bunch of different niches that she can do, how she can focus in, and what she's already good at, and how she can help somebody else who don't know how to do none of this stuff. They got one family member and they lost. They're trying to add this into that right there. So this is something new for them. And you got 3 or 4, 5, and yourself, and you're able to work through all and a business you've been doing. So you have a skill set on something and if you've been building a network marketing business for 12 years, like she said she was doing, and she was in it for 12 years, and she was leading people for 12, she got a skill set that I'm like, I can see it. But some people just can't see it for themselves. So we gave you guys what to do. We told you guys you can start to put together your groups and communities. And I did a training on the community and why community and how to put a community and all this other stuff. Some of you guys did it, some of you guys didn't. And once you said put the community together, so you can start adding people to your community, and in that community you can start adding value to the people in the community. And by adding value to the people in the community, people will start to see that you're a person of value, helping them to become more valuable. And now when you start saying, I also do this, or I also have this, or I'm doing a free this, or I'm having a course for this, I'm selling a product for this, a new launch for this, because of the relationship that you've been giving, they will say yes to something else. So these are three ways I'm going to talk to you guys about attracting new leads to join your group, to join your community. And the first one is to leverage your social media platforms. Yeah, I know you guys, you probably figure I know that. Well, do you? How many did you do today? So you last like platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can promote the community that you got. You can on the platform. Some of you guys already started doing that already. Some of you guys already started talking to other people, started talking about your community. You guys already started talking about the process. Now, the thing about this, when you on your social media, write this down. You want to share engaging content. So put together something where you know how people always like to say, you see people all the time, they'll be like, as soon as somebody posts something, they'll be like, you got to do a story time. And everybody be like, what's the story? Because you know why? People nosy. We nosy as hell. We want to know everything. Man, just tell me what's going on. Everybody want to know something. Everybody just want to. I just know. So you got to share engaging content. You can actually host live calls and live sessions that you can host it with somebody else and have a conversation. You can literally write down you can ask ChatGPT for 5 questions that you can actually, to 5 engaging questions to host. If I want to go live with somebody about this, and you can even do, you can ask some people. Listen, even say, listen, I want to go live with some people. With my new platform and my group that I have, I'm working with women. My focus is this right here. I would love to go live with some of you guys. Who would like to go live so I can share your story? Who would like? And you know why? Because when somebody's going live and you're talking, it may not even be talking about the products, just talking just to talk. Because you know that you have a group that you're looking to be engaging and finding people with. You hosting a live event that you're just hosting by yourself, or you asking other people, listen, hosting. Now you do an event with me and I'm somebody who just following your page. Now, when we go live, my followers are following on the page as well. You may say something that's engaging with them. And as I'm talking, so make sure one of your questions is who else would like to share their story. I would love to have a conversation with you. So I would love to have you can share your story. It's easy to have conversations because when people start talking, you can talk from what they talk about. Whatever they say, you can have 5 things to talk about. And then when somebody says something, be taking notes for it. They talk about their wife, their husband, their kids. They talk about what they had going through. They talk about the challenge they had, something that happened in their lives. You can say, "Oh, listen, I understand. I definitely understand how that can have been challenging. Well, tell me more about that. Tell me, how did you recover from that? What did you do next after that? How does that make you feel from that? What did you do with that right there?" You know what I'm saying? You can always ask another question, like, and other people be like, And now people, based off of how you're talking, how you're communicating, how you're watching, people are like, oh man, I love this person, I love this energy. Then you say, listen, guys, for more content, let's stay engaged. Join my group. Join us right here. It's in the link is right here. Join the group. And now you start adding people to the group because you already know later on you can start talking about the dynamics of health and wellness and everything else. But right now you want to be able to be a person of value, be the expert in that field. And every one of you guys on this call have gone through, I don't care if you've been a person, been through homelessness, and you've been able to fight back through that, you know what somebody is like when they're on the verge of losing it all and they're looking for a way out. One of my good friends, she does that all the time. She's at different speaking events and engagements all the time. She done been homeless. She done lost her apartments. She always been like to hit the bottom and back up a bunch of times. I be seeing she be traveling different places. She be down, then she be back up traveling, getting a speaking at this event, speaking at that event. You know what she be talking about? When she was homeless and how she able to come back and fighting through it. And the funny thing is people will pay you because they want to hear your story. So you think because you're homeless, you haven't got no story? Of course. That's when the lady was like, I don't know what I can talk about. Because I'm thinking to myself, you crazy? You got all this stuff to talk about. I get it. I understand. She's not crazy. I really understand. But I'm like, yo, all the stuff you're saying, but people don't always think that they got something to talk about. So you can host live events yourself and just talk, or you can start talking about. You can create posts that highlight the benefit in a unique aspect of your community. What's going to be different about connecting with you and having a chance to be a part of this right here and be a part of this, even though we're going live here, join the community, because in the community it's a private group and you can be able to you can be able to talk and be yourself, and we'll have different events that we'll have together and we'll host. And I would love to hear your story more and more people so we can start. So just whatever you have put as your solution statement, whatever you put as your dot, I want you to start going deeper. So when you start highlighting these posts with the benefits of joining your community and why to be a part of your organization and community, you guys do know nowadays people have been finding ways. And again, I'm still trying to learn that stuff too. A lot of AI things and making all these videos and content with these, the avatars that they be talking and cartoons. There's so many different ways of how you can add value to your community and be a person of value and wanting to elevate people outside of what they got going on. Because I tell you, when you read this comment section, they be so crazy and asinine. The way people just, everybody want to, somebody can say the most positive thing and it'll always be somebody trying to get a like in a comment because they'll say some of the dumbest damn things. They'll try to make people, it's like they want to be in this negative space, but you know that people, they want more. They want more than just that. And I'm not saying you do this because you're doing it for them. You're doing it because other people are reading that and they don't want to just be seeing it. They want to see what you have. They want to be a part of who you are. They want to be a part of what you have going on. So we have this 50,000. Have your community, your group that you're working with. I've been coaching and training you for months to teach you how to work with, how to have your own conversation, how to be yourself, how to be able to elevate people. How when people get involved, you can help them evolve and become more. I'm being coaching you and giving you the very best of myself. I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000. It's like it'd be 5, 6 people in the call. I'm still giving it. I'm talking to you guys like it's 1,000 damn people. And the funniest thing is the ones who don't log on the call, they're doing the worst. They don't have nothing going on in their lives, no money popping. They should be right here. They too should be right here. But some people are addicted to stress. They're addicted to they love the stress so much that even though they can change it, like I told you guys a few days ago, the gentleman who asked me when I told him months ago, let me get you involved in the company. I'm new. I'm back with TLC. This joint. I'm saying it's free. All you gotta do is it's free. Just buy the product. You know, you and your wife love the product. You just buy the. Well, I gotta see my wife say. Then a couple months later, hey, can you send some money over here? Help me. No. I help people all the time, family. Listen, I do all the time. I literally just had one of my 17-year-old cousins. I'm saying he was shot and killed couple of weeks ago. We just buried him like just a few days ago, and I'm out there and I'm working with my and I say his cousin, but it's like my it's more so they're my god, they're my cousin, but their mother is my godmother, and so they're my god sisters, so they're like my sisters, all right? So when it's my sister who's the grandmother, and then her daughter, so it's my sister's grandson. So as that, I'm hurting the way they're hurting, but I'm like, I understand what's happening and what's going on, but I'm still, what can I do to help in this process? Let me do what I can do. So I've always given, and whether it's money, time, whatever I can do to help get people through the roughest and toughest times. So when I say no to somebody, it's only because, especially if I know I've given you the opportunity to do something for free, and you could have been working for months to have the few dollars you asked me for. You could have literally been making that yourself, but you choose not to. And now when you need it, hey, you want to know if you can? I'm like, I already did. He's like, I want to know if you can help me. I'm like, I already did. He was like, huh? And I left it right at that. I could have been extra petty. I didn't. I could have been like, oh, let me ask your wife. Ask your wife is okay if I send it. I could have said that, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go that. I'm not gonna go that cheesy. I'm not gonna be that petty. But I'm like, I already did. He's like, huh? And in my mindset, I'm like, exactly. And I just left it at that. Because if you really want to help, like I'm telling you, there's people right now, they're addicted to stress. They're addicted to pain. Because they're addicted to the, what? I can't believe so. Oh, you really are. They're addicted to it. And they're always waiting for something else to come up so they can say, this is what happened next. Because trust me, I did that, Barry, I'm listening, watch. It was tough. He's like 17. He's not even he's like one of those kids that just, it's like my grandson who upstairs all the time. I'm like, you nowhere about that life, nowhere in that space. But sometimes they be trying to figure out life and hang with other. I know. Listen, man. Some of you guys don't know. I've been shot myself. I've been shot, almost killed. Somebody shot me in my back. I tell the story many times. Many of you guys are brand new, so you don't hear it all the time. I shot in my back. It came out through my stomach. Got a scar that goes from here to here. It rise down. They had to cut me open to save my life. I've been in jail for different things over the time that I didn't commit, only for me to go through the process for to find that somebody was saying things. Just I've been through a lot of stuff too, so I get it. And I'm like, I'm a good dude. I remember a cop spraying me in my eyeballs with mace, with pepper spray, and the kids and people were like riding by, why you messing with him? He don't never mess with nobody. Because I'm like, because I don't. But he was just a rogue, thuggish ass cop who just be messing with people all the time. And I was young, so so I know what happens when people just do stuff like that. So when people be saying in the comments, if all you got to do is shut your damn mouth, your MOUF, because I know for a fact that you could not be doing nothing and still be attacked by a cop. You could not be doing nothing and still get shot. You could be doing nothing and still, I know for a fact. So when it happened to him, I know, because I'm like, yo, he ain't about that life. But it can happen to anybody. But I still would give of myself. And many of us on this call, we got stories that we can go through and help people and do stuff. We've been through things ourselves. But being addicted to it and always looking for the sympathy of it and other things like that, sometimes that in itself is a challenge. And don't let it be. And you got to help other people overcome that. Sometimes you got to have a conversation about these things. So some people can just realize that they are in this space, that they are in this, they addicted to it. They're addicted to that depressive state. Because what happens on the other side of the addiction is of everything. That's when it comes to that. When you addicted to the thing, you addicted not just for, whether it's for the fact that you almost like the fact that when somebody to come out of it, with the way people respond to you with something, you're like, yeah, yeah, it makes a person feel some type of way. To get the condolences, to get this right here, or when somebody they addicted to the problems, they addicted to the challenges, because given the opportunity to not do it no more, they will stop doing everything positive only to find a way to seek a way to get back into the negative space. You got a lot you can talk about. So what's going to be the benefit of working with, being a part of your community? To help people recognize and realize and pay attention to those things that's holding them back. And that's why when they join, you can encourage people to, like new members, to share their experiences and invite other people to join in your group. Some of you guys, your group is going to grow faster than my group, faster than other people's group, because you have value and you've been through some things that people need to be a part of. And from that, you can like, from that conversation about the, hey, that's not what I do, but I do this and I can help you with this. I need that. Well, great. Let's have a conversation about it. But it's intentional. So people will find you, because I'm intentionally looking for people to find me. So the 3 or 4 people who've been reaching out and finding me, and whether it's through crazy, just seem like it's something abstract. No, I expect for things like that to happen. That's how I found most of the people I've done international. Some of my biggest leaders just found almost everybody I built with. There was no family members and friends. Everything I built in this, you know what I'm saying, came from finding just random people. It didn't come from friends and families. When people, I gotta say, no, I don't even let that don't even be a part of my psyche. I don't even, that's not even part of my thought process that that's the only way I'm going to succeed.
Crystal.
Oh, yeah, call him. Yeah, call him. There's no way that I'm going to even let that even be in my psyche. So for you, when you're leveraging your social media platforms, know that you have enough. I've given you just enough in that conversation just now to open up your mind, to give you things and thoughts that you can say, listen, man, I can have a call. I can talk about this. And if you don't know, hit me up. I promise you, you can, no matter what you got, I can tell you literally, talk about this. Talk about this right here. Talk about this in this moment. Talk about this. I can help you. If you don't get lost, trust me, I got you. Trust me, Ms. Nikki got you. Other leaders, you guys got it too. Trust me, we got you. I'll help you. Because you know why? Because as we work together, you are a part of my life. Your calendar is my calendar. Your success is my success. Me helping you to become helping you become a bigger authoritative space leader in your space will help develop you, will help you now. You get more people, you will show up yourself. It'll change who you are. I know. A lot of who I become wasn't just because I become a network marketer, because I started doing this outside of network marketing space. I started going to other events, speaking at different events. The first time I was talking at an event when I was training, and the people was like, hey, do you do this outside of it? I'm like, yes, of course I do. Lying. And I ain't never do that before. Of course I do. Of course I speak outside. Yeah, whatever. I went home that night. It was like years ago. Put together a website. You know what I'm saying? Put all this stuff together, looking at other people who do it, do motivational speaking and stuff, reading their stuff. I'm taking notes, and I come back next day, I'm like, yeah, like I got on suspenders or something. Yeah, just go to like I had on fake ass suspenders. Yeah, go to J Chanel. I was faking it, but I in my mindset, I know I can help you because it's the same information. So when I'm giving you things to do, you got to know that you can help the people. So when you start connecting with people, be an authority in that space that you've already helped yourself. If you won one time, you can win again. You can compound on that. Sometimes working with other people helps take the focus off of what you got going on. But the great thing for you, you're not teaching theory. Many of you guys have gone through it, and I've helped you. If you've been a part of this organization, I've given you new ways how to look at the situation in life. I've done it. Nikki's done it. Other leaders have done it. You yourself may have been on other things, but we got to stop watching and looking for all the negative story times that people are giving. And you look to be able to be a person of value. So now when you bringing that value, they'll see what else you can bring value. That takes me to number 2, offer valuable content. First thing is leverage your social media platforms. When we're talking about building a thriving community and the things that you can actually do to foster and the connections and the growth and how you can attract new people to join. Leverage social media platforms. And 2, offer valuable content. Whether you're giving free resources, so you can either, like I'll be telling you guys 5 keys to this, 6 keys to this. Go to stuff here. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll Google things with you guys on the phone. Events over here. You guys can go to this right here. And I'm giving you free stuff. I'm giving stuff all the time. For you guys be like, yo, he know his stuff. I be figuring stuff out. I just have a way of how I can look for it quickly. I have thoughts and things. You may say something and I'm like, yeah. You know what? Think about it this way as well. I've been working with Nikki for so long. I've been like, Nikki, I said, I got a thought of what you think. She's like, Okay, I got two or three things. I got this right here. What you think about this? I'm like, I like that one too. That's what I'm gonna do. I went from me just being a mentor to her, like, this is what I got going on. What you got? Well, I say, what do you think? What do you think about this right here? Give me what you think. And she'd give me three or four things that's outside of what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, I thought about this right here. I like that. You know how, let me tell you guys something. That's what makes you a good leader. I used to read comic books, listen, watch sci-fi movies. I tell people I learned a lot of stuff even as a kid watching Star Trek. And when Captain Kirk or Picard, when Jean-Luc Picard would meet with his people, his team, meet me in the ready room. Ideas. So, give me some salute. And then he's talking to people, all the people who are good at what they do. Okay, this is the problem. Go. People are like, what we could do is this. I think this over here. Talk amongst themselves, because this would do this right here. And he's like, okay, I like that right there. Make it so. Or if they would say something, go, but if we do this right here, this can come. They'd be like, yeah, you're right, Captain. You're like, okay, we'll do that. It's okay to know that when you develop leaders, like I've developed you guys as partners, to give you an opportunity to become bigger and better, not just sit back and listen and watch, to be of value to people. So you can give free resources, webinars, write that down, workshops you can actually do. I can help you with that stuff. It's easy. Right now, it's like a webinar. It's like a workshop. I give you guys webinars. I give you homework assignments. That's because it's the same stuff. That's what make me good at doing this stuff. I got videos I can show you. Listen, I've done these events, man. We've done these events. We'll be hundreds of people on the webinars. And I'm training. It'll be all type of people outside of the space. I'm training and giving the same information I'm giving you guys as training modules and other things and homework after the fact. And they're, oh my God, this is so amazing. I still got people who will call me to this day and be like, yo, I changed their life. There's nothing more gratifying than knowing that you have added value to people when they feel that you have changed their life. You changed the dynamics. Because I've do it. I've met my mentors and people who trained me from afar for years. At the event I went with Twan a couple of months back, I seen two of my top coaches and mentors that I spent time with back in the days. I'm like, that's because of you. Yo, I thank you so much. What I learned from you, I went on to earn millions. But I learned from you because at that point I wasn't making millions. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I'm like, after that, I learned millions. I said, because of what I've learned from you, what you taught me, how you taught me, how you taught people, how I watch you, how I learned to emulate. When we're doing these calls and these trainings, I'm showing you how to do a webinar. I'm showing you how to do a workshop. And you can actually do a workshop that address the needs and the interests of the people in your audience, your target audience. I'm thinking about I talk to each and every one of you guys individual about situations you got going on in your lives, challenges. Almost every one of you guys have told me about something, whether you're direct to me or people in my organization. We had conversations on this call, you guys know that we've had conversations. I ask questions about things and I'm giving insights and things to help you, because you know why? Because I want you as a long-term partner. So I'm going to be of value and be a resource for you, but also be a resource to teach you to be resourceful to other people. And I want you to be able to offer valuable content, because by offering valuable content, you can attract potential members and business partners and customers. So when you're adding people to your group, you're knowing that because that's your overall plan. And you're going to have people that's going to be eager to learn from you because you're bringing value to them. Yes, they can Google stuff and read stuff, but they don't care. You guys can get what I'm getting from a YouTube video. You get what I'm getting from comment section someplace. You can app somewhere, but you're still in this call right now because of the value that I give to you, the way I give it to you in this space. If you allow it to be of value to you. And number 3 is create a referral program. So you can leverage your social media platforms. Number 1, when we're talking about building a thriving community. 2, you can offer valuable content. 3, you can create a referral program. And with the referral program, you can encourage the people who's already a part of your network. Listen, you can give incentives about joining your community. some giveaways and some other things. You can actually let them know if they be a part of what you got going on. They can get some free this. For everybody who joined this, I'm giving free samples for this right here. And inside your deal, you can actually have a day. You may have tell people who's part of this. Listen, guys, you gotta drink coffee. Part of to support the group, support the organization. This talk and this workshop is sponsored by Delgado Coffee. If you get Delgado Coffee, and listen, because you got a bunch of people in your group, and everybody gets the Delgado Coffee from the group from the link. You made 24681. That's $100 you made for 5 people you're coaching. They want to be a part of the trainer thing. This one is sponsored by NRG. Get your NRG. We're gonna be up for 3 hours training on this workshop. So get your NRG so we're ready. Get your coffee so we can have a coffee and mix and mingle that we can have. So once a week we get together, we drink a cup of coffee, and we online, we having a conversation while we're going live, and we talk about this. You can just come up with things that you can add your products, but let people know that if they refer people, they will get a free this, this right here, or they're gonna get a free or one-on-one time with you, or whatever incentive is gonna be. Whether they will get exclusive content from you, discounts from your products, other rewards. Let them know that, because you got to understand that the word of mouth referrals, they help you in a way that it just doesn't work with you just happen to find somebody random. It can be a great way to grow your community. I want to just give you guys those things. There's a bunch of other things to do, but I want to give you guys things that's simple, that's easy, that's free to do, that you can actually utilize today to start to find some things and get out here and start having some success. Let this be the week. We guys know this week we're in closeout week. We know that this is a week for us to close out to Smart Ship runs. What's that? On 2 days. Smart Ship is going to run. What's that, on Tuesday? Yeah, so it's going to run on Tuesday. You should be looking at your numbers in your back office with a plan that you're going to requalify for your rank, or you're going to rank up. Never let the Smart Ship run. You go, let me just hope that I can just know, have a plan, be intentional, and know that you will find the people that you can help them. Let this be a week, guys, that it means something to each and every one of you. Let this be the week that you go find you some new people. So that's your assignment. To add minimum of 3 people to your group that you're working with. Give them some value. I'll teach you all the stuff, guys. I'll teach you how to work inside, how to put together these calls and other. I'll teach you all this other stuff. Most of it is easy. Once you start doing it, you better do it. You guys got stories galore. You guys got conversation galore. You guys know you can do what I'm doing. You can do the same thing. You can do it even better than what I'm doing. I don't teach you to be less than me. I teach you to be better than me. Everything I give you, I promise you. Because if I got somebody better, I don't have to worry about work if they can do it. Like Nick, I try to do my best to make Nikki better than who I am. She be talking, so I'm like, you rock that. She like, I'm like, no, you for real, you was in real life, because I'm like better than me. Don't be less than me. I'm saying every once in a while she be like, hey, I need you to put your mental cap on. I'm like, okay. Like for me, it's like a switch. I'm like, okay. She's like, you there? I'm like, yeah, I'm already here. What's up? Because I'll go there quickly, because I already know if she needs me in that space, she knows I'm still available. But of course, in the mentor stuff, I coach. Coaching is asking questions. I normally start asking questions. She'd be like, wait, hold a second. I said, what you got? She'd be like, I'm thinking that. I said, do that. Because I already know it's inside her already. But sometimes just to have, and I'm the same way, sometimes just to have validation, just to be sure. And sometimes just to be correct. I too will reach out to my mentors and coaches as well. And it's okay. But I know I've worked with her long enough to make her better. I work with all you guys, Tammy, Lady, Sunshine, Corey, to make you better. I don't want you to be, I'm not looking for a bunch of minions. I'm looking for partners, people that we can lead an organization, a team of 50,000 together. So as I wrap up to our Sunday Night Vision Master Call, do you have any comments, statement, any questions, anything before we end the call tonight? Open your mics before we're done.
Mr. Scott.
Ma'am.
Amazing training as always. And I wanted to, and I'll be real quick because I know Tammy just opened up her mic as well. One of the things about the story, when we first started interacting, that I definitely wanted to point out to people. I was working as a hairstylist, and I was looking for a way to extend my brand. Okay. I was in a space where I wanted to bridge health and beauty, okay, because I was already in school for physical fitness and kinesiology, okay. So I wanted to tie in two things in one, okay. So I was already kind of in that space. But what ended up happening, I saw these gentlemen, these young guys on social media, and they had like this, 3 minute or 2 minute video, and it caught my attention, right? It caught my attention. And I said, well, let me reach out to them. Okay. I reached out to them. They asked me a couple of questions, and I told them the space that I was in. I wasn't looking to join a network marketing company, but I joined anyway because I was looking to extend my brand, right? So when Mr. Scott saw that I had just joined something else, right? Technically, I had just joined something else. And this is a teaching moment, okay? Just because I had joined something else didn't mean that I was really in something else. You understand what I'm saying? I joined, but I wasn't in it. What I didn't realize was that I needed to join that in order for Mr. Scott to jump into action and say, hey, even though you may have just joined something, let me tell you what I do as a coach to help you in your space, right? Now, what's interesting about that is I was no stranger to network marketing, and I really didn't plan on doing network marketing again. But because I had come across someone who was confident, who was a leader, and who ensured me that he could help me in that space, even though I had just joined something else, I joined him, right? I had already said yes to Total Life Changes because of Mr. Scott, not based off of Total Life Changes, but based off of who he said he was, right? So I want you guys to think about that as well as we go into this next space. We always say people don't join companies, they join people. And that is a prime example of what, confidence and posture can do for your business. I didn't join TLC because of TLC. I joined TLC because of the person before me who said, hey, I am exactly who I say I am, and I can teach you, and I can coach you, and I can show you on how to have success. And that's how we must show up as well, because people are watching. And even if people aren't watching, we are watching other people. And when we get their eyes and when we get their attention, we have to show up exactly who we say we are, which are leaders, which are bosses, which are, successful individuals. So I just wanted to add that to the story, okay? Just so you guys kind of know that this really does work, okay? And when we stand in posture and we say, hey, I can help you, we already really know that we can. So I just want to add that, and I'll turn the call back over to you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for just sharing that. And because all those things are important. Actually, it's and the thing is this: we all be in a space. We all are in spaces, right? She's in her space, what she's looking for. I was just new to TLC, and I was in my space, what I was looking for. I was coming back from, I was broke when I joined TLC. I was like broke. I had lost. I was in another company, said went under until everything fell apart or something. I mean, so I was broke. So when I came to TLC, I was like, I met her like maybe the next month or something like that. I joined like maybe October. And so she said she was in 2015. I didn't join until like maybe October 2015 or something like that. And so she was someplace right behind me, because I was like, yo, I'm gonna find something, some people that I can work with. But it wasn't about the fact that I had money. So a lot of you guys be, I gotta have money. You stop lying to yourself. No, I know I can help you. See, November. See, she joined right at November 15th. She came in right after I did, because I was still in my process of all the money I made, whatever I made, I was using that to get on the road. I was broke. Whatever I would get on the road knowing I'm gonna sell some products. I had like $0 in the bank, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell some product, get that money, I'm gonna use that to stay on the road. I had a plan. I'm like, I'm gonna make this thing. I built this thing with just in my mindset, I'm gonna find people. It don't matter about my finances. Broke is a temporary status. Poor is a mindset. One thing I don't have, one thing you on this call don't have, is a poor mindset. We can fix broke. You got me? So don't think because you ain't got the money. Well, this how can they're gonna want to? I don't care if that's a lie. No, I can help you. And once you know you can help the people, guys, once you know you can help them, I want you to lock it in your mindset and in your spirit that you're going to be able to do that work. So thank you for sharing that story, because it's where a lot of people need to be at right now. When I'm giving you stuff to do and how to be, no, yeah, people are in a space they never had what you got right now. They never had a coach and a mentor on a one-on-one time. They may have been on some calls with other people talking. They were just like, but you've been in a call where we talking in real life, in real time. You've been talking on the calls with other people. You telling your story when I open the mic, and they be like, "Oh my God, Tammy! Oh my God, you're so real, girl!" And it's right here. You got me? So we are in a space that you're doing things that most people never have a chance to let their story, their voices, nothing be heard. So you way above most people. So you're a person of value. Sunshine, she said you opening your mic, was that correct?
It was Tammy.
Oh, Tammy, okay, Tammy, go
It,
ahead.
it was me. I kind of lost my thought, but because that was some good stuff, Nikki. I'm really glad that you did go ahead and share that. Because it helped clarify a lot of things. But I was thinking about in the beginning, you said about, and I was trying to go through my notes, but I wanted to listen and be attentive at the same time. But I know you talked about the community, and I must have missed that group. But
Mhm,
the first thing you said, to leverage your social media platform by inviting people to your community.
mhm,
And so I know I had a group before when I was in another company, and I was going to change the name of it because it was a travel group.
mhm.
But then all kind of different people start joining it, and it's still there, and I still post in it, almost every day. I'll post something in it, but it's not really an active group or nothing. I was really guiding anybody after I got out the travel group. So I don't know if that's what you meant by a community group or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was wondering, should I just revamp that one or start a new group?
Yeah, well, there's two things you can do. One, yes, you can start a new one if you want to. You can transfer people from that old one to the new one if you want to do that. That's something you can do. Or you can just start keep adding value in the group that you're already working inside of. All right. Keep adding value in that right there. And then because if I'm not sure what tone it has taken since it's no longer the travel thing, but but if it's still you've been still giving value and other people still not having it was junky, you can take control of it and start adding value in it again. And people may start making comments. And from there, you can start DMing some people one-on-one. Hey, shoot me a number offline. Let's talk offline. Check your DMs. And from there, you can say, listen, I got a new group I'm working with over here. I would love for you to be a part of my new community. I'm focusing directly on working with the people on this right here. I'm saying, and from there, you can start transferring. Now you can start having some conversations. You can start working with some people. And from that comment, they be like, you know what? I'm glad like Nikki said just now. Yeah, I'm glad you said it. I was just thinking about that. I was just saying I need this right here. You just never know. At the time you call somebody, they could literally just be in their mindset going, I need what you're talking about right now. You got me? So yeah, so keep that one active. Say some things in that one, but with the intention that you're gonna add this over here because you may have some wildness going on over there that you don't want to, because you don't want to start posting things of people going, wait a minute, I thought this was this over here. You got me? So you can still keep adding value. And then later on, you just post some things, say, hey guys, I got a new group over here that's targeted on this right here. Those who want to be a part of that, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go live and give them some giveaways, some freebies when you join it. So get over there if you want to. Let me know. I'll send you the link for that right there. And then I'll give you the freebie. You can get some incentives on joining the group from that one later on as well.
Okay, that's great. Thanks.
Okay, I tell you guys, we got 1,000. I can open the Nikki. She give you 5 other ways. We got a bunch of ways that we can help people in any situation. Don't matter what the scenario is. And the thing is, this guys, you guys can do the same thing. We got answers for people who are lost. As long as you know you can guide them, you have to work with in your mindset. As long as you have access to resources like myself and other people who know what to do, you got all the answers. You don't got to worry about what if I get stuck. You're not going to get stuck because you're going to just ask a question like you asked just now, and I'll give you an answer. You go, okay, that's good, and then you know how to maneuver it, and then you'll get better at it. But the thing is, you'll always be a person but it just does something when you're adding value. Because to add value, you got to learn some things. You got to become somebody more, somebody different. When you got to teach a thing, that's why I like to teach because to teach, I got to learn something, which means I got to grow myself, and that grows me. It gives me because if not, you be stuck with the same old, same old. But it allows me to grow myself. So make sure that you guys, if you guys missed that training call, I'll see if I can find it again, repost it. But we talked about several things about that, including the community. It was a quick call that deal with that right there. And I gave you guys some insights on how to start your community and why and all this other stuff. It was a training call that I did on one of our, I don't know if it was a vision mastery or leadership mastery, but we was going deep for 3 weeks. For 3 of the calls, giving some intense things for people to be able to grow themselves and grow their brands and start to reconnect with people on another level. But we got you from this point on, guys. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for logging on to our Sunday night vision mastery call. I pray that it has brought you guys some value so that you become more valuable to your own groups and your own organizations and people. If you need me, of course, as I always say, reach out to me. Don't hesitate to get me on a call, one-on-one, some directions, some other things that we can talk about. Because this week has to be a week that we close out strong. A week that we adding new people to the organization and team. Let this be the week that we grow ourselves exponentially, because we have a plan that the 50,000 people, I'm not nobody's damn cheerleader. I'm not cheering nobody. Oh my God, they got 50,000. You're a damn liar. I got it myself. How many of that are you going to have yourself, Tammy? How many are you going to have yourself, lady? How many have yourself, Sunshine? How many people are you going to have yourself, Sharon? How many people are going to have yourself, Corey? How many people? Don't sit back and be nobody's cheerleader. You go ahead and you be the vision caster yourself, so people want to be a part of the vision that you have set forth for yourself and your personal organization. I love each and every one of you guys, and I see you guys not just at the top. I see each and every one of you guys over the top. You guys have a great and amazing new you. Good night, everybody. See you guys soon.
Good night.